right now.
Tonight on 13 News at 11, a young worker shot at a seafood restaurant. We'll have the latest on his condition and the hunt for the trigger man.
Plus, a chemical tanker explodes and sinks off the eastern shore, leaving 21 sailors dead. Learn how the local Filipino community is making sure they'll not be forgotten.
And a recent conviction smeared her previously clean rap sheet. Now it looks like more trouble is ahead for Martha Stewart. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ramona Parks.
I'm Vanessa Correa. Thanks for joining us tonight.
We'll have those stories in a moment, but we begin in Suffolk.
That's right. That's where police are investigating a deadly accident involving a pedestrian. It happened just before 8 o'clock tonight in the 1200 block of Holland Road. 13
News reporter Taylor Hall is live at the scene. And Taylor, tell us what happened.
Ramona, we are just across the street from where this accident happened. The scene is clear now, but earlier this evening, the 1200 block of Holland Road was shut down.
And it appears that the subject stepped into the roadway and was struck by the car.
It was 6:45 when Suffolk police learned an older man was killed Saturday evening. Police tell us the victim is known throughout the area. He frequently walks up and down Holland Road. Here's a look at the car that struck the man. 13 News was first on scene here. You can see where the windshield is smashed from the impact. The driver of the 2002 Kia, a female, was questioned by police. Her family on scene here helping to clean out the car. While charges have not been filed, police say this was just a tragic accident.
At this time, we have no reason to believe alcohol or speed was involved.
Stepped into the path of a moving vehicle. He has not been identified, as Suffolk police are still looking to notify next of kin. Reporting live from Suffolk, Taylor Hall, 13 News.
The search continues for the person responsible for shooting a local teen and robbing a restaurant. It happened Thursday night at the Captain D's on Battlefield Boulevard in Chesapeake. The 17-year-old victim was taking the trash out back when a masked man forced him back inside, shot him, then robbed the restaurant. The unidentified teen is listed in critical condition. He's being treated in the intensive care unit at Center Norfolk General Hospital.
It was 1 week ago today that a chemical tanker exploded and sank off the eastern shore. A memorial service will now be held for those victims. The explosion happened 50 miles from Chickatink Island. The bow Mariner was carrying millions of gallons of ethanol. 6 sailors survived the deadly explosion. 3 crew members died in the blast. 18 are presumed dead. The managers of the tanker are bringing more equipment to Virginia to help recover the missing seamen and remove any remaining ethanol and fuel from the sunken tanker. The memorial for the bow Mariner victims will be held tomorrow night at 6 at the Holy Trinity Catholic Church in Norfolk. We continue to following a developing story out of Baltimore tonight.
1 woman is dead and 3 others missing after a water taxi capsized near the city's inner harbor. Fire officials say 22 passengers were rescued. 2 of those victims are in critical condition. The vessel capsized during a fierce rain and windstorm around 4 o'clock this afternoon. At this point, fire officials have turned their mission from rescue to recovery.
More public turmoil for the domestic diva. Yesterday, Martha Stewart, as you remember, was convicted of several charges related to her sale of M-clone stock. Now, a CBS station in New York City is canceling her TV show. That's the word from 2 newspapers in the Empire State. The reports mention that more stations may follow suit. The verdict could jeopardize her media empire, which also includes a syndicated column and magazines.
Attorney General John Ashcroft is in intensive care at a Washington hospital. He has a severe case of gallstone pancreatitis. Ashcroft is being treated with antibiotics and painkillers. Doctors are still evaluating him and are waiting for certain test results before deciding what to do next, and that could include surgery. Ashcroft got sick on Thursday. He initially thought he had a stomach flu.
It's never too early to learn about the pressures and responsibilities of being an adult. And for some local high school students, a glimpse into the future became a temporary reality today. Several community groups are giving local teens a special hands-on lesson in life. It's called a reality simulation. Students were given an amount of money equal to the salary of a specific job, as well as various family scenarios. The program was designed to motivate young men and women to stay in school and away from drugs and teenage pregnancy.
The purpose is to help them make the right decisions now while they're in school, to make the right choices so that, they can pick the right education, pick a career, make plans, and actually have a positive future.
About 150 teens from the southern section of Hampton Roads participated in this morning's workshop. High school students from the western area will have the same opportunity next month.
And that is a great program. It's never too early to learn that type of responsibility.
It certainly is, and it's a good thing to go through when you're a kid, because you think you're just immune to everything.
And you know it all, and you find out 75,000 isn't that much when you got
No, when you have 6 kids.
No. Well, still ahead on 13 News at 11. It is a cruel hoax being done at the expense of a Virginia hospital.
Learn what that hoax is and if police are any closer to finding those who are responsible.
And we've got some big changes in the weather coming up over the next few days. The unseasonably mild temperatures that we've seen will be replaced by some very cold air. As a matter of fact, below normal temperatures coming up into next week. We'll have all the details in the weekend forecast and let you know just how cold it will get coming up.
She felt something hard and fleshy, and when she got it out of her mouth and looked at it, that she noticed it was the tip of her finger.
Folks, you heard him right. A restaurant customer found part of a finger in her food. Find out how the unexpected topping ended up in her salad next.
News investigates.
Frequently the target of...
We need to do something right now.
For the first time, there
Anchor David Allen uncovers ambulances struggling to get to you in time.
The system's broke. It needs fixing.
Calling on the city to take action.
I know that there is concern.
Fighting for what's right by investigating what went wrong.
Tells 13 News investigators.
Breaking the story to protect you. 13 News investigates in the spirit of Hampton Roads.
Sometimes the best reason to fly comes down to one simple truth. Grandbabies don't wait.
According to a report from the U.S. Surgeon General, women who smoke during pregnancy risk pregnancy complications, premature birth, low birth weight infants, stillbirth, and infant mortality. At philipmorrisusa.com, you can find links to this and other information on the serious health effects of smoking. The only proven way to reduce the health risks of smoking is to quit. For more, including links to sites that can help smokers quit, visit philipmorrisusa.com.
So you tell me what time, perfect. And then we'll, hello?
Tuesday, don't work, I think. You can barely...
No, it was so funny. It was... They need a network that doesn't always drop their calls.
Yeah.
Do we think alike or what? Switch to Alltel today and get a wireless network you can count on, guaranteed. A more reliable network?
You got that right.
Alltel.
They were losers.
Boys, it's finally your turn to win a game. Now go get them!
But Subway taught them how to win. Buy a fresh value meal at Subway. Drink, chips, and sandwich, and get an Everybody Wins game card. Every card's a winner. Best Buy DVDs, Subway 500 tickets, subs, chips, drinks, 8 million winning cards. No losers.
A cookie! I'm a winner!
No losing cards, anyway.
Subway. Eat fresh.
Installation of double-hung vinyl replacement windows began as low as $189 per window. Window World, simply the best for less.
13 News, the spirit of Hampton Roads.
Whoa. Digital widescreen high-definition TVs with digital auto convergence and HD component video inputs. 65-inch widescreen display, translucent OSD, dual tuner, picture-in-picture, plus high-speed velocity scan modulation. Don't touch.
Hey guys, check out the game in high def.
Thousands of possibilities. Get yours. Best Buy.
Folks in Colorado and Wyoming are feeling the fierce effects of a high wind warning.
The fierce winds even knocked semi-trucks all over state highways. The National Weather Service reported peak wind gusts of 100 miles per hour near Boulder, Colorado. Wind gusts of up to 70 miles per hour were reported along the Colorado-Wyoming border. Luckily, no one's been hurt.
Police in Northern Virginia are investigating what they call a sick hoax. They say letters have been sent to people warning them that someone they've had sex with tested positive for HIV. Now, the letters claim to be a notification from an HIV testing service associated with an Arlington hospital. The distributing pieces of mail were sent to people living in towns from Richmond to Arlington. The president of the targeted hospital says no such service exists and that they never send out such letters.
It took firefighters no time at all to respond to a blaze in Florida. That's because the fire was at their own fire station. It turns out someone forgot to turn off the kitchen stove and it started a grease fire. An off-duty officer noticed the smoke and called 911. The flames damaged the kitchen, living room, and bedrooms. Luckily, no one was injured, but we're told that those firefighters learned a very valuable lesson.
Rocker David Crosby is out on bail. This after being arrested on marijuana and gun possession charges. Police arrested the Hall of Famer this morning at a New York City hotel. Officers say a hotel employee found marijuana, a .45 caliber handgun, and 2 knives inside luggage Crosby left behind. The singer had performed last night with his band at a New Jersey college. Crosby's next court date is set for May. A restaurant in Ohio is making a big apology for a really bad salad.
That's because a customer found the tip of a thumb in her lunch this week.
An employee chopping lettuce apparently the night before had sliced off part of his left thumb, which somehow ended up in the salad.
And as reporter Lou Maglio shows us, the unlucky customer wasn't the only one left with a bad taste in her mouth.
The man in the kitchen was rushed to the hospital Monday. His thumb tip wasn't found till a woman was eating lunch the next day.
The reports that I have is that she felt something hard and fleshy, and when she got it out of her mouth and looked at it, that she noticed it was the tip of her finger.
Health Commissioner Bill Starks is not pleased with how the situation was handled.
They said they looked for the fingertip and couldn't find it and assumed that it went down the drain.
Which, in your eyes, is a bad assumption to make.
You don't make assumptions like that right when we're dealing with the health of the public.
His office is serving several citations on the restaurant, serving adulterated food, improper supervision, and having inadequate training. The company's not running away and hiding on this. The vice president told me today clearly a breakdown did happen here. They're investigating how that breakdown happened, and they'll work on ways to make sure it never, ever happens again. Company Vice President Dwayne Chambers says we have an excellent track record for safety, and this sort of thing has never happened before. The restaurant is cooperating with investigators and apologizing to the diners, saying the well-being of customers is paramount to the company. Seems the area around the accident was clean, but that workers continued preparing salad for the next day.
Well, our problem with handling that is the process should have been stopped right then and all the food destroyed. Which anyone would think, and we cannot figure out why that wasn't done.
The company and the diner are equally eager to learn the answer.
Now, your 13 News Weather Lab forecast. Here's meteorologist Evan Stewart.
Well, we've certainly been spoiled by the unseasonably mild temperatures we've seen over the past few days. A little bit cooler today. We got up into the mid-70s before the rain moved in. Now it looks like some much cooler weather is set to move into the area. We'll begin with live weather lab radar. Right now it is showing me the clear conditions around the area. We had that rain earlier today, but that rain has now cleared out. And again, the big weather story, the big changes that we'll see. The warm air that we've seen across Hampton Roads will be moving off towards the east, and a cold spell is coming. We see temperatures by the middle of next week struggling to get out of the mid-40s. As a matter of fact, we can already see those changes in the forecast, even for tomorrow. High temperatures only in the lower to mid-60s. Some sunshine around in the morning, giving way to clouds in the afternoon, and there is a slight chance of a shower or two late in the day. It looks like most of the rain should hold off after, say, 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. But wind switching around towards the south will help keep temperatures up a little bit before a next push of colder air, I'll get it out, moves in for Monday as we head into the start of the work week. And the other big story, again, that jet stream, which will be making a big dip off towards the east coast. We've had that cold air banked up in parts of Canada over the past several days, but now it looks like this jet stream will come diving down towards the south, and the cold air will pull down the east coast. As it does so, that means that colder weather is set to move in for the early part of the week. We can take you back to earlier today, 11 o'clock this morning. That's when we started seeing some of the heavier rain move into the area, especially around noon, 1 o'clock. We saw some of that heavier rain. That is now pushed out of the area, and the cold front is now snaking through the region. We'll continue to push towards the south, and you notice that it's right here along this line where the clouds are located. Already seeing some clearing across parts of the Middle Peninsula, Northern Neck, Eastern Shore, and parts of the peninsula. That clearing trend will continue through the overnight hours. But again, that next front located right through here, you can see this storm system spinning around, bringing snow through parts of Wisconsin and Minnesota. That will continue to slide towards the south, and we'll see a few of these showers as we go through the overnight hours Sunday night and into early Monday morning. Right now, 62 degrees on the south side, 59 on the peninsula. Winds are calm, humidity at 65%. 61 degrees in Hampton, 62 in Norfolk, 57 in Virginia Beach, 61 Elizabeth City, 66 for Kill Devil Hills, and a chilly 54 degrees from Melfa up on the eastern shore. So as we time things out for you, again, notice the clearing continuing through the overnight hours. Tomorrow morning, mostly sunny skies, just a passing cloud or two. By the afternoon hours, the clouds will thicken up just a little bit, so we'll call for partly sunny skies. Notice by 7 o'clock, a couple of showers popping up through central Virginia, North Carolina, with some heavier rain coming in, say, after that 7 o'clock hour. And by 1 o'clock on Monday morning, that's when the heaviest of the rain will be moving through the area. And still some scattered showers. Could even be a rumble of thunder as things start to pull off as we head into Monday morning. So as we go through the day on Monday, look for a mix of clouds and sunshine, but again, those much cooler temperatures. Overnight, temperatures in the upper 40s, partly cloudy skies early, clearing overnight and cooler. And tomorrow, sunshine, then clouds, 65 in Smithfield and Crestwood, 62 Portsmouth, 66 Cortland, 63 for Oceana. Thickening clouds through the day, slight chance of an afternoon shower, 62 in Matthews and Poquoson, 59 across the eastern shore, 63 in Williamsburg, and finally northeastern North Carolina. Temperatures in the lower 60s along the Outer Banks, mid-60s inland for Gates, Elizabeth City, and Edenton. 7-day forecast, your weekend always in view. 52 for Monday, 48 Tuesday. Looks like another chance for a few showers. We head into Tuesday night and a Wednesday, and there could even be a little bit of snow mixed in back towards Richmond. So after seeing temperatures in the 80s, some winter weather moving in by the middle of the week, and towards the end of the week, we warm back up into the mid-50s. You can always find the complete forecast 24 hours a day. All you have to do is log on and follow the links.
Not an umbrella event, though, with that rain?
Not yet, no.
Okay, good deal. Thank you.
Thanks, Evan. Now, I've got 3 hints on what tonight's sportscast might be about. Basketball. Basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Basketball. If you're a hoops junkie, we've got plenty for you. College to high school, we've got Hampton, Norfolk State, and yes, the tournament time up in Richmond for Old Dominion. Could the Monarchs move on against Hofstra?
This weather segment is brought to you by Dodge.
Zabel and Partners. One moment.
At Wachovia, we've learned that the only thing busier than a small business
Zabel and Partners. Miss Zabel, one moment.
is a small business owner.
Amanda Zabel.
That's why we have dedicated specialists nearby who focus on helping your business succeed.
Well, how did you like the proposal?
Talk to us. Wachovia.
Kindervision Child Safety Project, presented by 13 News.
I'm David Allen. Kids, do you know what to do if someone in a car tries to talk to you or tries to get you into the car? You should yell no and run away in the opposite direction. Go directly to a house, school, or safe place and tell an adult you trust. Then immediately call 911. That's the best way to stay safe.
Kindervision, presented by Smithfield Foods and Downtown Norfolk.
They were losers.
Boys, it's finally your turn to win a game. Now go get 'em!
But Subway taught them how to win. Buy a fresh value meal at Subway. Drink, chips, and sandwich, and get an Everybody Wins game card. Every card's a winner. Best Buy DVDs, Subway 500 tickets, subs, chips, drinks, 8 million winning cards, no losers.
A cookie! I'm a winner!
No losing cards, anyway.
Subway, eat fresh.
A lot of people think WVEC is strictly for babies, but actually, children up to age 5 can qualify, which is fortunate because growing kids need all the care and nutrition they can get. WVEC, 1-888-942-3663.
The perfect accessory for your right foot. Cadillac CTS. Breakthrough.
Attractive offers now available. Visit your local Cadillac dealer.
Well, the hope for Old Dominion was the tough, close contest they had experienced during the CAA regular season would prepare them for the conference tournament. As 13 Sports Director Scott Cash reports, they would find out against Hofstra.
Time to see if Alex Loughton and a bunch of youngsters had gained enough experience in the last 4 months. Sophomore Isaiah Hunter broke the ice with the three-pointer. For this group, a quick start would be the key. Well, how's this? Hunter flies through the air with the slam. He had 12 in the first half. This time, slashing through the lane, he feeds Drew Williamson for the drive. 44-32 ODU at the break. Arnaud Dahi took charge with 3 straight scores to start the second half, and the rout was on. Thomas pulls up for another 3. The Monarchs led by 21. Maybe we got ahead of ourselves a bit. Hofstra turned on the heat and cut it back to a 9-point game. Time to regroup, and Kaya Thomas did just that. 2 straight bombs. That helped put the game out of reach. Alex Loughton put an exclamation point on it with a double-double. The Monarchs win 82-68.
Me and the team, I think we were just ready to play. I came out hitting a couple of shots, and I was kind of excited about that, but I just think mainly it was my mindset before the game, being ready to be focused to play the game, and I think that's what started me up.
And no one was looking to go individually and get into the game by themselves. It was the team that brought them in each time, starting off with, a couple of three-point plays in the post and also transition and dunks by Zay. So it was a good team effort from the start.
I'm real proud of the season we've had. I think that coming here and winning, I told the kids that this first game opens up the possibilities. That door of possibilities either opens or shuts with this first game, and now our possibilities ramp up.
Obviously a win today. The first game is a must just to keep the season alive. There's a bonus, though. These young guys are now tournament tested. We'll see if it makes a difference tomorrow.
Well, thanks a lot, Scott. That is the final. Old Dominion wins 82-68, so they'll play VCU once again for the semifinal tomorrow afternoon. That game happens at 3 o'clock. VCU a winner over Towson 67-60. In the other semifinal, UNC Wilmington, the surprise winner over Drexel, and George Mason over Delaware 65-58. Well, Hampton and Norfolk State has always provided its share of great contests. Why shouldn't today be any different, as both schools came into the final regular season going on a roll? It was senior day over at Eccles Hall. They were honoring 2 of them, starting point guard Nick Bird, the other Derek Smith with his mother. Smith appeared to come out possessed. The jumper good for him, and Spartans with the early lead. Then it was Jacoby Hicks's turn. His jumper good. He chipped in 18, but back come the Pirates. Big Bruce Brown working his way inside the baby hook. 15 points, 9 boards for him. Then it was Devin Green's turn. The runner good. Green led him with 18 points. The day belonging to former Indian River High product Ryan Greer, 19. Spartans dropped the Pirates, 77-70. Spartans will play the A&T on Monday. Hampton faces FAMU on Wednesday. Seth Greenberg and his Virginia Tech Hokies trying to solidify, at least ruin Georgetown's chances at the Big East tournament. The alley-oop to Bryant Matthews. He's supposed to be part of the PIT next month, but later, Matthews, again, the three-pointer. They were just rolling. Despite this jumper by Georgetown, Tech only trailed by just 32-29 at the break. They put it into overdrive. Sean Harris to Alan Calloway with feeling. Tech wins 60-55. North Carolina taking on State taking on Wake Forest. Oh, man. Justin Gray, the hoop and the foul for him. Wake seemed up with the early lead, but too much of State. Edgin Astor, the three-pointer, 17 points. State wins 81-70. The Donald in the house. Duke hosting North Carolina. And yes, Luol Deng told North Carolina, you're fired. They wound up winning by a count of 70-65. Georgia Tech three-point winners over Florida State, 63-60. Let's talk women. Patricia Bibbs in search of a 9th straight win for her Lady Pirates of Hampton, taking on James Sweat and his NSU women. They were hoping to halt that skid. Toya Johnson, early on, three-pointer good. She had 23. Shawnee Johnson, later on the break with the layup. That cut the margin to 38-35, but too much of the Lady Pirates. Brandy Ellis off the miss. Keisha Beard, the putback. HU women win 73-60. Eastern Mennonite puts a stop to the Lady Captains of CNU in the NCAA Division III tournament, and Tech a winner over Georgetown. When we come back, Boy, we got plenty of high school hoops postseason, that is. Several area high schools that included Woodside looking to move on in the state semis.
Now, more weather, more traffic, and more news from overnight. Watch 13 News Daybreak. You get weather every 5 minutes from the 13 News Weather Lab.
Conditions on the south
More traffic news. Constant traffic information to avoid backups and delays. More weather, more traffic, and more news from overnight. Watch 13 News Daybreak.
Being in the healthcare industry, I know the value of a good night's sleep. I've found the staff at Levin's to be both knowledgeable and dedicated and will help you get the rest you need.
Sleep is all we know at Levin's of Virginia because it's our only business. We have the best of the best. In fact, our people are actually certified and educated in sleep. So we welcome you to come in because when you invest in a bed at Levin's, it's only the beginning of the relationship. Levin's of Virginia, where quality has become an obsession.
They were losers.
Boys, it's finally your turn to win a game. Now go get 'em!
But Subway taught them how to win. Buy a fresh value meal at Subway. Drink, chips, and sandwich, and get an Everybody Wins game card. Every card's a winner. Best Buy DVDs, Subway 500 tickets, subs, chips, drinks, 8 million winning cards, no losers.
A cookie! I'm a winner!
No losing cards, anyway.
Subway, eat fresh.
You wear your passion like your favorite shoes. I wear my feelings like a tailored suit. One thing is certain, we are blessed with attitude.
S&K takes on a whole new attitude in a new collection of fashion suits from Vanetti and Massimo in your choice of 7 great colors. And because you demand value, they're priced 2 for $200.
Tell you what, what's the deal? Let's be here, let's be real. Let's be now, let's be true. I'll be me for you.
An available CD, MP3 player, and a car you can actually afford.
And we can roll all day.
Sounds good, huh? Meet the surprisingly big Chevy Aveo.
Roll all day. And I can ride all night.
With the surprisingly big 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain promise.
And we can roll all day.
Some new Chevrolets. An American Revolution.
Today's inspirational vitamin.
In any given day, each of us is prone to encounter some condition of life for which we're devoid of resources. Financial problems, lack of family support, or ill health. It is at this time in our lives when we need faith in God. Hebrews 10:39 says, but we're not quitters who lose out. We'll stay with it and survive. How can we survive? Trusting and living in a relationship with Jesus Christ makes life worth living. It's our handle on what we cannot see.
Join Gethsemane Baptist Church this Sunday.
Closed captioning of 13 News is sponsored by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. Dodge.
Let's talk high school playoffs. Well, maybe not. That's Norfolk State. Let's go to another game. That's from an old game. We'll go to another tape with that one. This, of course, up in Richmond, Maury taking on George Wythe. Early on, Demetrius Blue inside for a nice 2, but this was all George Wythe. Tyree Evans the drive as George Wythe ends the Commodores' season as Maury loses in that contest. Other action tonight going on. That's Wilson head coach Roger Smith. They were taking on Petersburg in a rematch from earlier the year that Wilson had won, but not tonight. Wilson, a winner in this one. Khadijah Whittington, the jumper, they win 49-46. Fort Defiance, a 3-point winner over Jamestown. They end their season. Bruton's still alive. They win by a count of 61-60. We'll, of course, have more for you coming up on 13 News Weekend in the morning. We'll have those additional highlights coming up.
A lot of close contests out there.
A lot of close contests tonight.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. Well, here are tonight's lottery numbers.
Good luck to you.
And finally tonight, she has made her mark in music, film, and theater.
She's a pretty big superstar, and earlier tonight, Bette Midler brought her sass and talent to the Hampton Coliseum.
But for those of you who missed the big event, you don't have to worry. We're going to give you a taste of what concert goers heard this evening.
Bette Midler is making the rounds with the Kiss My Brass tour. The four-time Grammy Award winner is performing the hits and characters that have made her famous.
She's also belting out songs from her recent release. Bette Midler sings the Rosemary Clooney songbook.
I almost thought about calling in sick to go to that show.
I know, would have been nice. Brian wanted to add something real quick.
Just wanted to mention Indian River girls wind up winning tonight, just in case you Indian River fans wanted to know. They wind up winning, so 3 or 4 ain't bad.
All right. Thanks, Brian. Well, that's our news at 11. Thanks for watching.
Have a wonderful night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Little